Hello, thanks for tuning in and listening. My name is Ryan Morrison, and today I'm going to be presenting on my fellowship experience working for academic innovation at the University of Michigan for the winter 2020 semester. My presentation is titled Expanding the Pie, Baking Pies or Building Bakeries. So for the agenda today, I'm going to be using a metaphor of baking a pie to describe my fellowship experience. I'm going to take you through my experience from process all the way through the actual ingredients or skills that I use, as well as talking about the outcomes or the actual pie. I'm also going to be talking about different testimonials that I've gotten from coworkers while working at academic innovation, as well as reflecting on my experience as a whole. So like I said, my name is Ryan, and I was a business development fellow for the software development team for academic innovation. I'm an undergraduate psychology student as well as entrepreneur minor. A few nicknames you might call me: Rimo Pimo, Pastry Pro, Dough Designer, or also Ballin' Baker. And these nicknames are David Nesbitt approved. So what were my pre-fellowship goals? So really, as a student studying psychology, I haven't had as much experience in sales and marketing. But because I am an entrepreneurship minor student and because I am interested in getting involved with business as a potential career path, I really needed to work in and hone in on my sales and marketing skills, including learning how to make an intro with a potential client or customer, as well as developing marketing plans. In addition, my second goal for my internship and fellowship was to learn how to be someone to do outreach. So creating new opportunities, opening doors for people, and bringing in potential new customers, as well as talking to customers in an outbound fashion. I also wanted to work on my presenting skills, so doing what I'm doing right now, but also presenting my deliverables to a team. And then finally, my third goal, pre-internship fellowship goal, was to learn how to develop really important and close work as well as personal relationships. And at the end of the day, it's about closing deals. It's about delivering on your deliverables and doing what you say you're going to do. So this is really the core of my presentation. And how to bake a pie is really what are the 4 pillars for success in order to have a really successful work environment. So these are the 4 pillars. The first one is collaborate. This includes collaborating with your team members as well as collaborating with outside potential stakeholders. The second one is outreach. So being able to take the initiative and find customers or do guerrilla marketing or be on the ground talking to real people that are at stake. The third one is research. So having a deep understanding of the tools that you are selling or marketing, as well as doing research on similar tools or competitive tools and finding the people that you need to talk to. And then the fourth one is evolve. So taking the plans and the work you're doing and being comfortable knowing that they're not going to be perfect the first time around. And so being comfortable with iterating and running your ideas by your team members and helping each other through the process. And then being able to have a successful transfer so that your other team members can actually use the work that you're doing. So what I'm cooking. These are the ingredients or skills that I brought to the table within the 4 core categories. Under collaboration, I listened, clarified, and advocated. Under outreach, I accessed, I initiated, and I persisted. Under research, I investigated, I analyzed, and I organized. And under evolution, I iterated, improved, and transferred. So this is how I'm cooking the pie. These are the 5 steps that I took throughout the internship process in order to actually go from process to skills to outcome. So the first one is setting goals, listing expectations, and co-creating the culture. This is crucial to any successful team effort or project. You have to know what your goals are going into the experience. as well as personal goals, individual goals, team goals. And these are crucial, and they should lean on each other. The second one is agreeing on task management systems. So academic innovation utilizes Trello as its task management system, which is a really great tool for actually having a visual representation of the different tasks and deliverables, as well as collaborating on different boards and listing it in a way, the way I used it was sort of a timeline. So creating different monthly boards to see the progress that I need to make each month to hit each of my deliverables. The third one is updating tasks daily and also communicating early and often and relentlessly working towards goals. So the communication is really the key element to the third step, is you have to be comfortable communicating with your manager. So this comes back to culture and being comfortable knowing that you're not going to know everything. So being an avid learner and really looking to improve and communicating early and often. That also comes down to if you are going to be sick or if something comes up and you have to miss a day of work, which certainly happened for me, communicating that early and being just really transparent and honest about the reasons for it. If you've developed that co-culture and listed your expectations and set your goals with your manager, then your manager is going to be comfortable being flexible with you. And this was really key and motivated me to work relentlessly towards my goals, as well as the goals of academic innovation. Then the fourth step is setting up weekly and bi-weekly check-ins and connecting with team members on a work and personal level and really just helping each other wherever possible. So we had a great system in place, coming back to task management, where we had bi-weekly check-ins, both in person and online. So this was internally with my manager and I, as well as with the members of the software development team. And really just taking the initiative to connect with your team members, meet people at Academic Innovation. I had the privilege of being able to meet people that I wasn't working with on the software development team. So shout out to Deja, as well as to Ryan. And then really just helping each other. So this comes down to being personable, but having that fine balance between a professional relationship as well as a personal relationship. And I find that when your relationships are balanced, your work life is balanced. And then finally, submitting your deliverables, addressing your shortcomings, and celebrating all wins. So this is really key here, and this is the reason why we do the work we do, is so that we can capitalize on our human capital, lean on our skills, and submit the work that we need to be doing. It's really about the work. And then, of course, not everything is going to go right all the time. So being comfortable addressing these shortcomings, coming back to communication is so key. But working with each other, helping each other, and then celebrating when you have wins, no matter how large or small. So then, why is baking this pie important? So the work that academic innovation does is really phenomenal. And I had the great privilege of working with 5 out of the 10 tools. So as a business development fellow, it was really my goal to help increase access to tools for students on campus, increase awareness of the tools both on campus and across campuses, and to get more users in general using the platforms, because the work is really great and these tools are really helpful to lots of students. So for those tuning in listening that aren't familiar with the tools, I'll just tell a little bit about them, starting from the left side of the screen to the right. So the first tool is GradeCraft. GradeCraft is a gameful learning platform that gamifies really programs or classes to help students lean into intrinsic motivation in order to facilitate better learning. The second tool that I used, that I had the privilege of working with, was Problem Roulette. Problem Roulette is a housing system, online housing system for multiple choice questions and test questions. You can see why this is useful, because really many students actually learn by practicing previous exams and previous questions so that they know what they need to learn. The third one was eCoach. So eCoach is a personalized academic coach, and it's a software system that really provides feedback on how you're doing in your courses, as well as techniques to improve in your courses. The fourth one was Atlas. So Atlas is a data system that allows students to make better choices about the classes they're taking, leaning on information from the University of Michigan. And then the final tool was Viewpoint. And Viewpoint is a simulation tool that really allows people to work towards reaching agreements and consensus. So here are my deliverables, and I'll try and go through these quickly. So the first was a conference grant and award spreadsheet. This spreadsheet was really, again, leaning into trying to identify new opportunities for academic innovation to expand its reach, to find grant money to help expand reach and expand production and improve the tools, as well as to highlight successes from our team members, as well as the great work and tools themselves. The second one was expanding the software outreach template. So I was able to speak with 3 students in customer discovery, specifically talking through eCoach and what they love about the tool, what could be improved in order to help facilitate better feature development. I also was able to identify 25 different student organizations that academic innovation might want to reach out to increase access to the tools. And then I opened the door to an optimized connection. And we are looking into potentially onboarding Optimize to a few of our tools. The third one was increasing the adoption list. So I identified 15 courses, many of which are in the psychology department, that are really great fits for many of our tools, specifically Problem Roulette. The fourth one was developing a Problem Roulette marketing campaign. So this is going to be launched shortly at the time of this recording. And really this is developing a banner for our Canvas page so that students can go online, get entered in to win a prize, and upload the different courses that they think are going to be good for our tools. The fifth one was developing a Problem Roulette competitive analysis. So this was comparing Problem Roulette and its features to similar tools. Number 6 was onboarding a psychology professor to Problem Roulette. So really I opened the door to the psychology department for our online tools and was able to successfully go from opening all the way through close with a little help from one team member. The 7th one was schedule builder pricing strategy. So this was building a pricing strategy around building schedule builders, what kind of prices others schedule builders charge, and whether we have a competitive advantage to building one for ourselves. The 8th one was conducting a Talent Gateway case study in which I interviewed a program manager at University of Michigan Dearborn to talk about how Gradecraft powers their Talent Gateway and helps students to achieve career readiness in a gameful approach. And then finally, applying to campus technology awards for each coach, Gradecraft, and Atlas. So a couple testimonials from different team members at Academic Innovation. So people said that I had a get it done mentality, that I was goal driven, that I was not afraid to make the ask, that I was relationally strong, and that I was a door opener. And I think these are really true to my skill sets. So a few takeaways. So my strengths were my people skills, my motivation, and my desire to improve. I really honed in on tapping into my networks, both on campus and off, as well as developing a relationship with different team members in academic innovation. My areas for improvement, according to a survey that I launched, were that I sometimes had really great and creative ideas, but sometimes they weren't always aligned with my manager's goals. So just work on making sure that I have a clear understanding of what my managers want, what other team members want, and how we can align those goals together. And then also another area for improvement is completing one task before getting excited for another. I think sometimes my motivation to succeed and to accomplish my goals sometimes gets in the way of the detail of actually following through until close, which is again one of my goals, is to work on that. And so I could be better about making sure that I get one task done before moving on to the next. And then finally, one team member said that the best, that when talking about me at my best, my highlight moment at Academic Innovation was going through the sales process all the way from making the initial pitch all the way through onboarding and closing the deal with getting the Psychology of Happiness class added to Problem Roulette. So to bring it all together, baking a pie is a really great metaphor for teamwork. You have to understand the process. So what are you trying to do? You also have to know the ingredients. So what are the team members? What are the skills that you have? And how are those all going to come together? And then finally, how is all of that going to help you to reach your outcome, reach your goals to actually bake a pie? So really, in terms of a self-reflection at the end, what work at Academic Innovation is all about is the team, the team, the team. And it's about community. And nothing brings people together better than food, and that is a fact. So if you have multiple team members going through the process, talking about their ingredients and skills they bring to the table, and then coming together and multiple people baking pies, then you have a really great team. And what are team members working towards making many, many pies? That's a bakery. So in sum, work that for Academic Innovation. It's a really great work environment. And I will say that I'm extremely lucky and privileged to have had such a great coach and manager in David Nesbitt. I'm really thankful and grateful to all the team members that I was able to meet and connect with at Academic Innovation. And in summary, go bake a pie, but really build a bakery. Thank you.